Oh, ow. As usual, give me just a few minutes to do all the sharing and all the good stuff, the tagging and whatnot. Shh. Hey, I am live. Why are you not showing that I am live? Am I live? I don't know. It's a mystery. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Hello, hello. So I know you can hear me. Da, da, da. Paste. Weekly update is going. Great. 100 subscribers. I keep wanting to put 100 subs because I'm lazy, but that sounds just wrong. So I spell out the whole thing. Somebody's watching. Hi. Somebody's watching, and they already hit the thumbs up button. It's my new favorite person. It's probably Terry. Ah, I did it again. I went and shared on the personal page and tagged nobody. That's because I am not awake. Oh, hey, Kyle. How are you? Thanks for joining, man. Let me tag some people. Nope. Actually. I am tired too, sir. Don't. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Trying to remember who the hell all I need to tag. Let's see. Here. Kevin. Mia. Ryan. Kim. Alright. Hopefully that's a lot. Okay. Hey, Terry. How's it going? Thank you for joining. Let me turn my fan on real quick. It's already getting warm in here. Oh. Hi, Coco Bear. I did miss one person. I did. I really gotta do that list, but I never think about the list until I'm sitting here and going, hey, I should make a list. There we go. Hi, Kim. How are you? Right. Lights. Camera. Action. All the good stuff. Ignore the mess behind me. All good. We'll have you back on the group after. Perfect. Sounds good, sir. So, funny story before we get started into everything. Kayla was in here right before, the bunny was right in here before I got started. And Coco was out running around somewhere through the house. And Kayla goes, Coco, you gonna come with me or go in the room with Daddy? And she like doesn't do anything. She's like, well, Daddy's going live. What are you gonna do? All of a sudden, Coco got up and ran right into the room. So she's laying behind all this on her little bed. We bought her a bed Sunday just for this room. Thank you, Jen. Welcome. So yeah, so Coco apparently knows what it means to go live. So hopefully I sound good. Still getting used to Twitter. I hate Twitter. I'm sorry. I try to be. I just share it through Instagram. I'm not a Twitter person. I don't like that you can only share so much, and then like the pictures that you put up don't always get seen and things like that. It drives me nuts. But yeah, so it is Artist Weekly Update number 35. I can't believe we're already at 35. I've almost been doing this a year now. We're getting closer. It is February 28th, 2019, and it's been another very busy week at work. I have been getting my butt kicked there for the past 2 weeks, and it's still going. So we will see how tomorrow goes. But very, very long couple of weeks at the day job. So I'm trying to get amped up and get going, but I am tired as all hell. But we are celebrating. And before I say what we're celebrating, I got a list. I got a list of things that I got to talk about. So before we get started into everything, let's talk about ways to support what I do and how I do my things and way to help me out. The best way to support me is JBauerartShop.com. You can head over there and you can purchase any kind of artwork, prints, posters, mini canvases. There's not a ton of mini canvases up there at the moment, but there are mini canvases every once in a while. Original paintings, big, large, small, medium, all kinds of sizes. And they are all for sale. Please check it out. Buying even mini prints or regular size prints, getting a good, starting a collection of those is super helpful for me. It gets the artwork up there, gets the shop moving more, gets the people paying attention to stuff more. So please, if you if you are looking for some artwork or want to help support me in one way or another, please go check out jbauerartshop.com. Another way to support me is like me on all social media and share all my stuff. And another really good way is to go on to facebook.com/JBauerart. And if you've purchased artwork from me, met me at a convention or anything, like had any really cool interaction with me, or even just love seeing me do these videos or anything like that, please leave a review on the artist page. I've already got 3. Thank you very much to all that did that. But I'm trying to get some more on there and trying to really build up the page. I had to start back from 0 with the rebrand. So we're at, the last I checked was 230 some. Let me see if it tells me right at the beginning. No, because that would tell me things and that would be helpful to me. And, they don't want to be helpful. So the last I knew, I had 230 some likes, but I'd love to keep it growing. So please head over to all the social media, likes, shares, all that good stuff is very helpful and gets me out there and gets people paying attention to me a lot more. And then the last thing is the virtual tip jar, which is in the description below. All my links are in the description below. But if you hit the virtual tip jar, it's a quick, easy way just to send me some funds, even $1. Any little bit helps. I'm trying to get into more conventions. I got to buy more paint, canvases, all that good stuff. So say you can't afford a mini print or don't want any of the mini prints, but still want to help me, don't want my artwork, but want to help me, please go and head to the virtual tip jar and throw some money that way. It would be greatly appreciated. I hear you back there, Coco. So I hope, am I looking good? In my camera, it looks like I'm like choppy for some reason. So let me know if I'm looking good, if everything's sounding okay. I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, welcome guys. So let's get started. What are we celebrating? We are celebrating that I officially hit 100 subscribers. I'm actually right now at 101. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Kim. Everything looks good, so we're good there. So yeah, I am, you are fine. Damn right I'm fine. But yeah, I'm celebrating 100 subscribers, and I'm at least right around 100 videos. YouTube did a little bit of an upgrade, whatever you want to call it. And it doesn't tell you right in a row of how many videos you have now. So the last I knew, I was around 98, 99. So this could be the 100th video, but we're very close to 100 videos. So we're celebrating both. And how are we celebrating that? I had no better ideas than to do some questions from the fans. So we'll get to those a little bit later. I'm going to try to go through the Artist Weekly update very fast so we can get to the questions and have some fun with those. I got some really good questions from all you guys. Several questions from a few people, so that was very cool. I greatly appreciate all the questions. Some of them are really cool. I think it's stuff we have not talked about on here before, so I can't wait to answer those. If you are watching this live and have a question that pops into your head, feel free to comment, and I will try to make sure to get back to those questions the best that I can. I need something to play with my hands. I get twitchy sometimes, and I like having shit to play with in my hands, and I've got nothing. I used to have decks of cards everywhere. That helps me stay less fidgety. For some reason, I'm very fidgety tonight. I don't know. So, let's get to the Artist Weekly update. Artist Weekly update, wrap up, all the good stuff. I can't say wrap up. I think KitchenKillaz on that. I don't know. They'll probably come here and steal all my light bulbs, including the fridge light bulb. But so this week is, again, like I said, it has been very busy with work, so I've been a little bit more focused with that, and I've still been doing some graphic design stuff. Currently, at the moment, I am all caught up with the graphic design stuff. There's a couple people that still want some stuff here and there, but I've told them, I'm like, you got your one logo. I need a break. I need to go back to artwork. I like jumping back and forth. I can't just stick with one and keep doing it, because when I'm working on one, I want to do the other. Um, and I usually want to do the graphic design stuff because it makes me money, but it's not as fulfilling to me as doing this stuff. So yeah, I like jumping back and forth. I need a little bit of a break from art, so after Sci-Fi Barto, I hopped on and started working on some logos and stuff like that. I actually did a little bit of a refresh to refresh. I did a little bit of a refresh to the Hanging with Web Show logo. They said that they've already got that ordered onto new stuff, and they're getting that going. So hopefully next week we will be sharing the new logo. It's not crazy new. It's just kind of tweaking a little bit of stuff, changing a little bit, just a slight little refresh, and make it a little bit more, give them a very good workable one, number one, and two, getting a little bit more of just a little bit tweaked of a design to have some things pop out a little bit better. And I fixed a couple of things that I thought weren't right. Who is invading? It's the bunny. What is that?
Something for you to twitch with.
Oh, thank you. Did you hear me through the wall?
No, I'm watching you.
Oh, bunny's watching me. I feel love. Maybe that's. Can you comment? You don't even have a thingy, do you?
I can't comment.
You should make a thingy so you can comment. All these people want to say hi to you. She gave me. Kim said hashtag she gave me her pickle.
Coco's right behind you.
Hi, Coco Bear. You want to say hi to everybody?
You ready for your camera time, Coco?
Come on. Come here. Oh, come here, swishy tail. Oh, you got it. Okay. Say hello, Coco. Oh, say hi. Say hi to the peoples. You look like you're judging the people. You should not judge the people. Those ears. She gets all mad at me when I do that. All right, you gonna sit here for a bit? Cool. Where was I? I got all distracted. Everybody distracted me. Damn it. So yeah. Kisses. The hell do you stare at over here? So yeah, Saturday, Kim actually brought it up. Saturday, Bunny and I hopped into the car and we drove down to Melbourne, Florida. It's about an hour and a half south to here on one of the whatever coast it is. I don't know because I'm not good at coasts or directions or anything. You got shit all over you, dog. And we headed down to Melbourne, Florida to meet up with Kim and her family. We were operating mission hashtag Save the Panda. We took down the Kung Fu Panda painting, the 24 by 36-inch canvas. We took it down to Melbourne with us and met up with Kim and her family for lunch and to give them the painting because she was so kind to purchase it. We we had a great time with Kim and her family. We sat down at Meg O'Malley's, had some lunch. I got my new normal, and it was delicious as always. And Kayla got a sandwich, and she only likes certain pickles, so I took her pickle. Oh, because she gave me her pickle, and then I was being a dickhead, and Kim's like, she gave you her pickle. If you keep interrupting, you're coming on the damn show.
Potato soup.
Oh, you had potato
The
soup.
Irish had the potato soup.
You keep interrupting, you're gonna come on the show. Yes.
No.
Yeah. Even Coco's looking at you going, bitch, figure out what you're doing.
Oh, Coco, baby.
So yeah, the bunny also had potato soup.
Potato soup.
Get out.
Potato soup.
Get out.
Hashtag potato.
No hashtag potato soup. I make the hashtags. Ow, you're digging in my leg. So yeah, we had a great time. It was it's always nice catching up with Kim and her family. They love to chat about the stuff I do and all that good stuff, and kind of just talking about the future, what's going on in the future, how things are going. So yeah, we had a very pleasant time with her and her family. And so when we first got there, we actually beat them there by a half hour. Quit digging. So we got there and we had a half hour to kill, and we've been down to this area quite a bit because we've done a couple conventions down there, and with Meg O'Malley's, I go down there every couple of birthdays just to eat at Meg O'Malley's. So we got down there, had some time to kill. We've looked at a lot of the stores, but when I walked out, there was this like painted sign on a wall, and it was called. It's a place called the Shops on Strawbridge. So I walked in there, and it was one of those like small shops that it was actually very big, but artists could rent spaces. So they have several different artists through there with little blocked off spaces, and they let you rent out a spot, and then they sell your artwork for you. So I went in there just to kill time. And the lady that was working at the moment was very nice, and we started chatting a little bit, and I talked about what I was doing down in the area, and I was an artist and everything like that. She said, oh, you should come and chat with the owner after you're done with your lunch. And of course, there was wine on sale, so Bunny wanted to go and make sure she got her wine. So once we were done hanging out with Kim and her family and giving them the hashtag Save the Panda painting, we went to chat with the owner. She was extremely nice, very nice lady. I can't remember. I wanted Candace, something like that. I'm terrible with names. I'll remember faces. Terrible with names. So I sat down and talked with her. She gave me some information on what was going on and all that. And they do every month they do a Saturday where they do a maker's mark. Coco, why do you have to stand on the skin? Ow. You have to get down. You're hurting me. So they do maker's marks, and they invite certain artists there to sell their artwork live, be a part of the day, and they make a whole day of it. So we got to talking, and I also mentioned about the live painting that I've been doing. She was very interested in that. I showed her some of the pieces that I've created, the Sci-Fi Barto one, the one with the KitchenKillaz and the Spider-Man that's behind me here. She was very intrigued by that and wanted to feature that. So March 23rd, I am heading down to Melbourne to the Shops on Strawbridge, and I'm going to be part of their makers market that day. That's really hard to say. And I'm gonna have a feature spot in the corner. I'm gonna do some live painting. I don't know if I'm doing it all through the day or gonna do like one of the 1 hour masterpieces again. That one I'm kind of just seeing what I'm in the mood for. But yeah, so that one's gonna happen. Hopefully I'll get to meet some new people. Oh. And maybe sell a piece or two. We'll see how it's going on. She did warn me that the area is kind of weird. Yes, Meg O'Malley's again. Hopefully they deliver. But yeah, I'm definitely going to be hitting up Meg O'Malley's again. And I hopefully they said, some days are weirder than others. Some days they're very busy. Some days they're not so busy. But it just sounded like a really cool opportunity and just a new place to get my stuff out there. They do rent out a spot for a certain amount of money. You want down? Pick a. Okay. You go lay in your bed. Go lay in your bed. Oh, her nails are killing me, man. Digging into my thighs. So yeah, it sounds really cool. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to save up some money or make some money there, and if I can make it's a few $100 to rent the spot for a month. So my idea is I don't really have a ton going on in April right now. So I figured once I'm down there, because it's an hour and a half to get there, I'll pay for a month after that through there and leave some few things there, and maybe they'll sell. Who knows? So, if you are in the Melbourne area, Kim, and are able to make it out, please come out March 23rd. I will be there from at least 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. If there's still people looking and walking through after 5, well, she said they'll stay open. So it should be a good time. And they said I can hook up to their Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna try to do Facebook Live while I live paint. As long as everything goes well, I may even give the bunny the fancy new camera thing, and she can have all of her shenanigans fun with the video. Oh, awesome, Kim! Thank you. That's great. So yeah, it ended up. It's just kind of weird how last Thursday, yeah, last Thursday or the Thursday before, we got all to. Yeah, it was like a couple of Thursdays ago. We were all sitting here chatting, and Kim mentioned, "Damn you, computer." Kim mentioned the panda thing. We got that going. I offered her the painting, and I just go down there on a random day and decide to walk into this store, and I have a new venue booked and a new thing set up. So uh, who knows how this will work out? I hope it goes well. It's a very cool new opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know what I'm going to paint yet. I'm thinking a tree, since I'm more in a art kind of thing. I'm thinking more of like a traditional art thing, either the buildings or a tree or something of that nature. Or I may do my thing and do, something comic book related. We will see. If you have ideas, throw them out below, because I'm kind of blanking at the moment. But that's how it's been for the last two paintings. I blanked until like the 3 days before, and then I draw something out real quick. So yeah, an amazing time. We had a great time. Kayla and I went and did a little shopping while we were down there. And I got we went to Michael's, and I got the stuff for the basket behind me. If you're wondering what the basket is, you can. I'm not gonna lift it because I'll probably drop it or mess it up. But yeah, this is the. Here, I'll spin it a bit. This Saturday, Landon and his family are a part of a charity event. What is the charity event? Because I'm blanking at the moment. Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Mm-mm-mm. Thank you, Jen, for all the shares. Thank you guys everywhere for all the shares. I greatly appreciate it. Events. I want to get the name right, but I'm really blanking. Yes. JDRF fundraising concert at Divine Wine and Grill. Jen says it's for diabetes. I think it's to help raise awareness and all kinds of good stuff. Landon and his family are really into this fundraiser. They actually asked me to come out and live paint at the event, and then we would auction the painting off, which I would have loved to do. Yes, it's for kids. I would have loved to do that, but I am actually going to be enjoying my birthday present that evening. Bunny bought me and her tickets to go see Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, in Daytona on Saturday. So we are actually going to be out there, hanging out there. So I'm not able to live paint. But since I'm not able to make it, I wanted to be able to help in one way or another. So I am donating this basket full of artwork. It is filled with two regular size prints that are framed at 11 by 17s, a Stitch City print, one of the smaller ones, and then 6 regular size prints, helping fund the fight against type 1 diabetes. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So yeah, I can't remember if they're raffling or auctioning them off, but whatever way, there's a very cool way for me to help out since I cannot be there. And it's yeah, we'll see. I put some KitchenKillaz stickers in there too, and a couple of my cards. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it goes well. Landon and his mom will be stopping by tomorrow to pick up the basket. But yeah, so that's all ready to go. What else have I been up to? 24 minutes, so we're good. So you want me to bring this one closer? We'll see if I can. Oh, yeah. So when I got to Sunday, first off, Sunday we had to go and we took Coco out for the day to go see her original owner. Her original owner, if you haven't seen the videos before, her original owner fell ill months ago and just can't take care of Coco anymore. We got Coco through a mutual friend, and the original owner let us take her and have her a part of our family. The only thing she asked is that we meet up with her at least once a month so she can visit with Coco. So we took Coco out to go get the woman, and we picked her up, and we went and had lunch in Winter Park, and it was very nice. Had some amazing food. If you're ever in the Winter Park area, the Winter Park Village area, head over to what is it called? Bar Louie. We had, oh man, it was great. Create an event on your Facebook page for the March 23rd event in downtown, and I will invite you. Okay, we'll do, Kim. Yeah, I gotta create a couple of event pages, so I'll definitely do that. Um, but yeah, we took Coco and we got to eat out on the patio. It was a really nice day this time. Last time we went with her, it was very rainy and ugly out, so we brought the woman to our house and so she could hang out with Coco. But this time we were able to eat out on a patio and had a very nice lunch, very nice time. Coco always enjoys seeing her original owner. And so by the time we got home from that, I was kind of. Do you want out sniffers? Are you done being on TV? Did you get your camera time? Be gone with you. She goes from one room to the other. Now she's going to see mommy. So once I got back, I wasn't really in the mood. I've done a bunch of graphic design stuff. I really wasn't in the mood to do any more. And I was just kind of in the itch for working on some artwork. So this one I've been wanting to do for a while. I follow this Instagram cosplayer. She goes by @originalkiller.clown on Instagram. She's really great. I've been following her for a very long time. Let me see if I can, not Instacart. I don't want to order food. Instagram. Um, I've been following her a very long time. I actually got to meet her at last year's Tampa Bay Comic Con. That is not what I wanted to do. Original. I want to put her link in so you guys can find her later. Show. There we go. So there's her link. I talked to her last year at Tampa Bay Comic Con. Had a very nice chat with her. She's a very big fan of my art. I'm a very big fan of. She does a lot of Harley Quinns, quite a few other cosplays. I just like her look and style, and I've been wanting to work with her for a while. So I talked to her about it last year at Tampa. She was super excited. She actually is going to be modeling for a few pieces of mine. But the first one I really wanted to do. This is a picture of someone that someone took this picture of her in her full Harley Quinn outfit at a Steak and Shake, and I really love the look. I love the style, and I'm going to recreate it, but I'm going to make it look like it's a Gotham diner, and that she just took it over and like there's gonna be some blood splatter, some spray paint, some broke stuff. It's gonna look like she caused a bunch of chaos, and then she's just finishing up. She's all done and enjoying a milkshake. So I really enjoy. I really love this picture, and I've had it for a very long time. And finally, I am starting it. So this is gonna be my next big piece. So yeah, make sure to follow her on Instagram. She's very fun, very talented, and she's already excited to be a couple fairies. I've got a couple ideas with that with her. So hopefully me and her will be working together in the near future. So again, Instagram, just search originalkiller.clown and you'll be able to find her. So that one is in the works. That's why I did Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, I did more graphic design stuff. I'm doing stuff for the people that owned Pound the Grape. They are starting a new wine company and starting everything new. They're doing a big refresh, rebrand. So they had me redesign their official logo. I think I finally got it done. I sent Cliff the newest version, the latest and greatest. I think we finally got to a part where everybody likes it. I'm just waiting for him to get a few more people's opinions. And then hopefully in the near future, we'll be able to show that. Hanging with Web Show. Oh, thank you, Jen. That's really nice. Jen just put in a recommendation for me. So that's really great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, Hanging with Web Show is another logo that will be coming up. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, I'll be able to share all the stuff that I worked on this last couple of weeks. With graphic design stuff, you have to wait and share it when the client allows you to. Sometimes they're doing it, you can share it right away. Sometimes you have to wait. So as soon as I can, I will be sharing it. Oh, it's all good, Jen. No worries. All right. What else do I have to talk about? And then I did do a little painting last night after I got working on some stuff for Cliff. I knocked out another New Orleans lamppost. This is for my stepmom up in Ohio. She purchased the purple one, which is actually right there. She purchased the purple one when I finished it, and she asked if I could do another one for her. She wants to take both of them. I'm going to send them up to her in Ohio, and I think she's going to put these with a little collage of all the pictures of when we went to New Orleans together last October. Was it last October? I think it was. My wife, if she's watching, we really got to make her a YouTube account so she can actually comment when I forget things. But yeah, so I got one done. That's number 32 out of 300. And then I'm currently working on Stitch. This one's going to be up for grabs. Nobody has bought it yet. But this is a work in progress one. And then I have 2 more commissions to do. And then I'm taking the next like 2 to 3 weeks to work on that painting and maybe a couple other paintings that I've been in the mood to do. And then after that, I got to do some Cliff from formerly of Pound the Grape wants 2 more logo stuff. So I got to work on some stuff again. So I'm trying to give a good balance of everything and not just focused on one. And everybody that's working with me for the graphic design stuff is pretty cool and they're pretty understanding. And they're like, oh yeah, do your thing. So hopefully they stay that way. So almost done, and then we can get to the questions. Con updates. So MegaCon is still up in the air right now. I am waiting. We put in our application for the community space. Right now, I'm just waiting to hear back from them. I was talking with Sage from Hanging with Web Show, and she said it could take like a month or more to hear back from them. So right now it's up in the air. Hopefully the KitchenKillaz and I will be able to get a spot in the community area and be able to work with Hanging with Web Show and put on a nice big show there and be part of MegaCon. So keep your fingers crossed. If you want to, and you want to email them and say, hey, JBauerart and the KitchenKillaz are an amazing group, an amazing show. You really should feature them at this year's MegaCon and get us put in a good word for us, and especially if you're in the Florida area, and just say, we want to see these guys at MegaCon. Please make it happen. It would be greatly appreciated. MegaCon Orlando. But yes, there are a lot of MegaCons. This is the official MegaCon. I don't know. You would think they would have it trademarked, but I don't know. But yeah, MegaCon is the biggest one. If you're not in Florida, it's one of the, I think it's the biggest or one of the biggest in the Southeast. Especially since Fan Expo purchased it a few years back now. It's become even a bigger and bigger show. They have tons of celebrities, big. I mean, it just takes up all of Orlando for that year or for that weekend. Um, the one woman I work with at my day job, she lives over by that area, and she hates when MegaCon comes in because she can never get home. So she's already planning on working like extra hours that weekend because she can't make it home on a normal time. The traffic's just crazy. If we do end up being part of the convention, we'll be staying in that area. I believe the KitchenKillaz are already booked to play the Saturday night after party with Moshi. Um, Again, terrible with names, but I know they got something planned, and I believe they were going to try to get me and the Mad Scientist to be a part of the shows. I told the guys, whatever you want me to do, I'm down. Just tell me how many canvases I need ready, because I'll be drawing like crazy. Because if we get in there and do the plan that we want, I plan on giving away one painting a day, painted live at the convention. Hold on one second, Jen. Let me clicky, clicky, clicky. I'm checking right now, Jen. Yes, that is the correct one, Jen. You're good to go. So, what we want to do is we want to partner up with a charity. Hopefully it'll be Yellow Brick Road. And what I want to do is I'm going to create a painting every day. With creating that painting, I'll paint it live. It'll either be a longer painting or an hour-long masterpiece. I'm not sure which. We may do two if it's the hour-long masterpieces. I don't know. We have a full day to fill. But what I want to do is we're going to raffle off that painting or those paintings every day. You can buy raffle tickets, and then half of the proceeds for the raffle tickets are going to go to the charity. Hopefully, it'll be Yellow Brick Road. Um, I think this would be really cool. It's a cool way to get my artwork out, a cool way to help a charity that I'm really close to and I really been working with closely the last couple of years. And I think it's just really neat and a different way to do stuff for conventions. The way I've been doing conventions has not been working. So hoping working with the guys and doing this kind of thing will turn things around a bit. We want to put on a show. We want to be an experience when people come to these conventions. So hopefully we get into MegaCon. If you're able to help and just tell them, hey, we want to see these guys there. Let them know. And maybe it'll get us some more attention. Space Coast Comic Con. I am still waiting to hear back from them. The last I knew is they had a space for me, but I'm waiting to get an email for all the official stuff. So hopefully that email will be coming soon. Tampa Bay Comic Con, though, is officially booked. I and the KitchenKillaz will be sharing a 10x10 booth at Tampa Bay Comic Con. We are going to be inside the convention. I bought an exhibitor booth. We bought an exhibitor booth. But I am having the guys joining me. Had to work around it a little bit. I was trying to get something a little bit bigger. But Tampa really didn't want to have musicians. They want artists and graphic design people. I'm like, you guys don't know what you're missing. So we're going to take a regular size booth, 10x10. We're going to split it in half and see how it goes. And hopefully we can get enough attention, enough focus that we can get a bigger booth next year. But yeah, that will be, as of right now, that'll be our first experience of a convention together. I can't remember when Tampa Bay Comic Con is August 2nd through the 4th, I believe, in beautiful Tampa, Florida. I love Tampa. I cannot wait to go back there. We love the area. Now, do you pay for a booth? Right now, it would be great if we were a guest, Jen. It helps if we're guests, especially since what we plan on doing, we would rather be guests. With MegaCon though, MegaCon's very pricey booths. So right now we're trying to get in the community area because you can get in free if you're putting on activities and putting on a show and having interactive stuff, and that's what we're doing. So you don't, the community booth area work a little bit differently. For one like Tampa, we didn't really have a connection or anything like that, so we just purchased a booth and we're good to go there. But the problem with purchasing as a booth is you only get what you can afford or what they give you, so we only got the 10x10. And it's going to be a little crowded because if you've seen my booths in the past, I can fill up a whole booth myself. I'm pretty sure the KitchenKillaz can fill up their own booth. So we're probably going to be heading to the guys' garage here in the next few months and setting up a booth together to see how this works. But luckily for Tampa, they're all corner booths. So we can get in, they can take one table and I take another table, and hopefully we'll make it work. I think I'm going to take all the paintings with me and then have them in either sitting in a pile back and only share so many of them, or I'll have them back at the hotel. And if people want some, I don't know. We're going to be seeing how this goes and see if it works. Like I've said before, the conventions have not been working for me the way I want them to. I mean, even sci-fi. I love Sci-Fi Bartow, and we had an amazing time, and I did make some money. But I'm just, people are not buying. People are not wanting, it's always the same excuses, the same this, the same that, not enough room, too big, not enough money, blah, 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 blah. So hopefully working with the KitchenKillaz, we can help each other out, and share the attention that we get. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens at Tampa. And then the last few things before we get into the fan questions is upcoming events. March 15th, the Friday before St. Patrick's Day. Do you accept credit cards when you go? Yes, I do. And people still give me the same excuse. Kayla was actually told once or twice while we were at Sci-Fi Bartow that a couple of the canvases were too much money. And I laugh at that because I have seen canvases half my size for triple the price of what I sell my canvases. A canvas like this right here is $500, and I think that is very inexpensive. Is she in her bed?
She's glaring at me. I don't know what she wants.
So yeah, I don't know. I do accept credit cards. I accept cash. I accept both. Whatever we can do. PayPal. I've had people just pay me through PayPal without moving any cards. So it's just, and this is part of the frustrations I have, and why I'm trying to find new ways and doing stuff like the makers market and things of that nature. So yeah, March 15th, KitchenKillaz are coming to my place. They're bringing the Mad Scientist is coming along. The Mad Scientist and I just talked about the menu the other day, and I cannot wait because he said one thing, and I'm like, man. And he's like, yeah, I don't really want to. I've already made one thing because we want to keep it Irish, but he didn't want to remake something he's already made. So then he threw out another option. I'm like, yes, it's meat and potatoes. I'm in love, and we're still making the brownies that started it all off. So, and then I believe Hanging with Web Show is going to be joining us, and we're going to have a nice little hangout here. I'm going to be live painting. The Mad Scientist is doing his thing. So yeah, that should be great. Terry says, nonsense. You, the most reasonable priced artist I've seen. I greatly appreciate it. But there are some people that just don't get it. And they want paintings for $5 or some shit. I've had people even go to the mini canvases. I sell the mini canvases. One of these for $20. These are all handmade, not copies, handmade. And people are like, oh, $20. And I even should charge more for these. But I can't because then they won't sell. And I already have enough problems with selling, so I don't need more. So yeah, March 15th, we're kicking off St. Patrick's Day, and we're going to have a great time. The Irish flag is washed. It was dusty as hell from the bathroom because my bathroom is all Irish inspired at the moment. So the Irish flag is officially cleaned, and I will try to hang it up somewhere. So we're featuring that as we do the show. Then March 23rd is the, what's it called again? I keep forgetting the name. The Shops on Strawbridge event. I put Strawberry, but close enough. So March 23rd, find me in Melbourne. April 19th, I am hanging out with Happy Hour with Johnny and Deuce. The KitchenKillaz, I, and the Mad Scientist, which I just found out while we were at Sci-Fi, are all heading down to Deuce's house to do the show there. I'm going to be live painting a big version of the Happy Hour logo. And I'm gonna do. They got an 8-bit version of the logo, and I'm gonna be doing my own creation of it. So that'll be really cool. I believe we may be recording a podcast afterwards, with everybody, and when we're all done. See how you are, Terry? I'm officially more Irish than you because you don't even have an Irish flag. And then I believe I want to say it's April 9th. 2 weeks before the show with Happy Hour and Johnny and Deuce, I'm going to be on a Hanging Happy Hour with Johnny and Deuce podcast by myself. I'm going to be promoting the show with the KitchenKillaz, and then we're also going to be talking about, because it will be the Tuesday after WrestleMania, so we're going to be talking about all things WrestleMania. So we'll talk about the show, the WrestleMania, some other art stuff. So those should be really great shows. So keep an eye out on that. Kim said there used to be a Target and a Marshall's TJX Art and think everything should be cheap. Yep, agreed, Kim. Shout out Cooper's. Yeah, we were trying to. Kim's one son was trying to figure out some of the flags, so we were trying to figure them all out. Why are you barking? Rawr, 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 rawr. You are messing up the show. You pick where you want to be and go eat something. Scared the hell out of me. She is the star of the show. She at least thinks she is. Okay. So I think that's everything. Make sure to follow all the social media, all that good stuff. Hopefully we'll be adding some more stuff here down the road. So I actually got quite a few questions. Again, several people asked several questions, which was greatly appreciated. So we'll start with the first one that pops up. This is from Kim, and she's this one's going to be bad. Describe yourself in 5 words. Huh. I think the first word would be shenanigans. Devil. So that's 2. Creative. Jen said, oh boy. An asshole. And right now, lost. That was when I first read this question. That was actually the first word that came to mind because I read a lot. I read these questions beforehand. What one is no, Jen? Because if it's asshole, ask my wife. She will she will greatly agree. I am not a bad asshole. I am just an asshole. I'm a smart ass. I can make anything dirty. I do. I look at the negative worst things. We'll be having a conversation. I can turn it to horrible, or like the things that pop into my mind. My mom was watching this Hallmark movie, and my mom's addicted to Hallmark, and it was about some horses that were trying to survive a snowstorm, and the people were trying to dig this walkway so the horses could get out and live through the snowstorm. And so they made it to the end, but you don't see the horses. They made it. They dug the whole trail through, but the horses are not with them. Like they're digging through, but they're not bringing the horses. Like they dug everything, and then the horses walk through. But it's still snowing, so I kept thinking like, you're just gonna keep digging. Bring the horses so far, then dig, dig, dig. Horses so far, dig, dig, dig. So they were going back to get the horses, and I leaned over to my wife because we're kind of eating dinner while my mom's watching the movie. And I leaned over, I'm like, be funny as hell if they got back and the horses were dead because they froze to death. And that's why, and she just goes, man, you are an asshole. So there it is. Show. Yearning, not lost. I guess that's a good word for it. But to me, I feel lost. I'm still dealing with a lot of the stuff from last year and the not right, not happy, and I don't. I feel like I don't have a purpose in life sometimes, a lot of times, and it bothers me. I don't know why I am here, and I try not to go into a dark route for it. But the current where I'm at in life, and I'm 31, I thought I'd be somewhere different or doing something different, and I'm not exactly where I want to be. But when somebody goes, "Well, where do you want to be?" I have no idea. I really don't. So the best word for me right now is lost, or I'm always trying to find a purpose for what I do, and in life, and the things that I get into and stuff like that. And right now, I I've never really had it. Thanks, Kim. Yeah, I know everybody feels it that way, and it's just been beating the hell out of me the last few months. And I kind of, when the new year started, I had a good outlook and a good feel for everything. And then the last few weeks, it's just that dark area has come back and just not happy again. And I don't know what to do to fix it. I'm trying, but I don't know what to do. Um, and there's just times where I feel like I'm doing a lot of work and a lot of everything, and just kind of putting a lot of stuff of work into stuff. Sorry, something fell over. That's not leading to anywhere, and it bugs me, you know. And I feel like I have a lot of fires in the whatever, and it's not working. Let's see. Jen says, "You are beginning your journey. Your art brings joy to people. You are a good person with your dogs and wife and mom. You can't fix that feeling. Just keep trying." And that's what I'm trying. And to me, I mean, maybe it's kind of the beginning of the journey, but I've been doing the art stuff for 6+ years now, and I feel that I am in the same place I was almost when I started. I'm definitely, I mean, especially the last 2 to 3 years, there's not much been changing between the years. Um, and things have actually, when it comes to the conventions, things have gotten worse and not working for me at all. Uh, but it sure doesn't feel that way in the midst of it. Yeah. I don't know. It's this dark thing's been sticking around for a while, and I kind of got out of it for a little bit. And this week I've gotten back more into it, and some of it is my profession a bit. Um, so I'm working through it. But yeah, lost would be a good word to describe me right now. Kim has a lot of really good questions, but let me find another one. I know the Commodore asked a question. Where was it? Uh, Another Kim question. Kim has lots of questions. You have exciting possibilities on the horizon. Yeah, I do, and I'm trying to keep that in mind. I'm trying. I really am. Just this week is just the last 2 weeks have not been good weeks for me. So hopefully the funk will get out. Hopefully going Saturday and going to see Fluffy will get me to forget some things and relax and laugh a bit. Um, don't freak out, everybody. It's just I'm just honest with people, and I don't hide my shit. I don't hide my crap. It's out there in the open, and especially doing this. I feel like if I'm open and honest with everybody, um, and not put up a pretty front, I don't put up a pretty front. I put up the bullshit, especially here. Not on Facebook all the time or on Instagram, because I really don't. There's enough people whining and complaining and meh, 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 meh. I don't need to add to that. So I'm just honest with everybody. Right now in this current mindset, it's been a shit week. Hopefully next week's better, but I don't know. And I need guidance or something. I need to find something. Let's see. Being real is something sorely lacking in the world. Yeah, and that's what I try to be. So the Commodore. So I put up the first post I put up with the idea of doing the fan question things was, if you want to see a fan question video, comment yes and then ask a question. And a bunch of people put yes, but they didn't ask a question. So I told the Commodore, I'm like, I need questions, sir. So the Commodore asked, what kind of paint do you use and why? I think I've talked about it a few times, but I use currently Amsterdam acrylic paint. It's the paint I have been using for years now, since almost since I started about 6 or so years ago. I love the way it works, love the way it dries. I love that I can dry it off and then work on it more and kind of just it really works with my style, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, Amsterdam paint as of right now. A friend of mine was talking about some paint that he uses that you can use just a little bit of amount and it can cover almost a whole canvas. I would like to work with that more. I don't really want to leave Amsterdam paint, but just sometimes I'm using a lot of this paint and always have to keep going back to it to squeeze more to get a full coverage. And then with the live painting, I need paint that can, um, what do you call it? Can coat more than just one. I don't. I'm like when I was doing the cosplay Michael painting, I had to do 3 coats of the purple, so it took like I could have gotten done in half the time, but I had to do those 3 coats of purple. So yeah, I'm always looking for better and different things or a different type of stuff. But right now it's Amsterdam paint. Then Shelly asked, "Will you be taking up body painting after displaying your talents on the Commodore's foot in Bartow?" Uh, Not at the moment. If you don't know the thing, when we were all on stage while I was live painting with the KitchenKillaz in front of me, the Commodore was messing with me a bit, so I went and painted the back of his heel. Um, but I went. I've always wanted to do live painting. I've always really liked when Sports Illustrated, or not live painting, body painting. I've always liked when Sports Illustrated did their like body painting issue with either the uniforms or full painted things. I've always really liked that. I don't know if my wife would be totally down for it, but body painting would be cool. Let's see. All right, we'll get one from Ryan Permison. I don't know how you say your last name, but Ryan, he's a longtime fan. He asked more. Um, he has more questions about like likes and dislikes and thoughts on pop culture stuff. So I always like his questions. Did it do? Favorite movie soundtrack. I don't know if there's like a full soundtrack I like. But the the first Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck, that soundtrack was amazing. I really love that one. There's really great songs that came out of there. I like a good amount of songs from the Boondock Saints soundtracks, and I'm trying to think. The first Scooby Doo movie, I really like the soundtrack from there. There's a couple good songs that I really like that really just cool upbeat songs that I really enjoy. If you have not heard that soundtrack or haven't heard it in a while, hop on YouTube and find it. It's a fun one to listen to. He asked another question. What on Comic Con you wanna attend? Here we go. Here's a good one. This kind of goes back to my stuff. What is one Comic Con you want to attend that you have not gotten to yet? If everything's working well and I'm selling well and I don't have to worry about that thing, San Diego Comic Con would be a fun one to do just to see how it went. Um, and that's like the be all end all of Comic Cons in at least the United States. That would be a very cool one. Um, New York City Comic Con, New York Comic Con would be very cool too. I'd really like to check that one out and be a part of that, just because it's New York. Some big things go on there. Um, if I was doing it more and like this was more of a day job thing too, I would love to do one near my hometown in Ohio. There's actually one in Youngstown. It's a very small con and it just started up, but there is a convention near my hometown I was originally born and raised around the Warren area, but there's like a Youngstown convention. But I would love to do one near my hometown and advertise the hell out of it and have like friends and family come out because all my families, like a good chunk of my family's up in Ohio. So to do one in my home state, in my hometown or near it, because it wouldn't be in my hometown. My hometown's tiny. But it would be very cool to do something like that if I ever got the chance to, because I could go stay with family. Even if it was a small one, I think it would be really cool, like the Youngstown one. See how you are, Jen, hitting the wrong buttons. Um, but yeah, I would love to do one in the hometown. Just to say I did one, go and stay with family, and then like because I've actually had the chance to do conventions with some of my family members. Sadly, they did not go well for conventions, but my dad, my stepmom, and one of my younger brothers. Um, is your hometown near Youngstown or Cleveland? My hometown is near Youngstown. I think it's closer to Youngstown. I'm originally from the Warren, Ohio area. I lived in through several different parts of Ohio while I was growing up. I lived in Austintown for some time, a place called Howland, Southington. So yeah, I'm a little. My area is more towards Youngstown. It's about an hour and a half away from Cleveland. Managed to get you back up and running on the creative control. Thank you, Terry. I greatly appreciate it. I hope it wasn't too much work, but thank you, sir. Um, put your I think you did it already, Terry, but to drop your link in for creative control. If you are watching this and you haven't yet, go check out creative control. If you like supporting creators, if you are a creator or just want to see what's going on, check out creative control. Terry's doing a really great job. He just started the group and the page, so please go support what he's doing, because he supports myself and the Kitchen Killers very well, and we greatly appreciate him and all the people that help us. But yeah, my dad, my stepmom, and my one of my younger brothers got to hang out with me in Lexington, Kentucky when I did a convention. My dad and my stepmom were very like very. It was their first comic book convention, I believe. So they walked around and like got to check out all the sites and everything, and were very entertained by everything. And then I've had both of my brothers come down one at a time and do conventions with me. Well, I don't know if Corey did. Jesse did. He did MegaCon with me. I believe the last time I did MegaCon. Sadly, every time I have family members do shows with me, they go terrible, and I'm in a shitty ass mood. It's so bad. I'm so sorry. But yeah, doing one in the hometown would be really cool. Let's see. Shelly, the amazing Shelly Wheeler from KitchenKillaz, has asked. Hold on. You should take all of us instead. There we go. Kim could probably sell my stuff better than me. Shelly Wheeler asked, "How long have you been painting? What inspired you to paint initially, and which of your paintings is your favorite, other than the Commodore's foot?" uh, I have been painting since all right, so semi-professionally, or whatever you want to call this, focus phone. Semi-professionally, I have been painting since for about 6 or 7 years now, give or take. I did like a year before the Comic Con stuff. I was kind of painting and doing that stuff beforehand, trying to do small shows, get here and there, and then I started doing the conventions. But I've been messing around with painting since high school. Um, I had to do. I've talked about it before, but I had to do. I used to do only drawings and like shaded work and stuff like that with colored pencils and stuff. I had to do a. I took every art class I could in high school, so I did a drawing and painting class. So of course you have to do some painting. I hated painting when I was in high school. I didn't like it. Felt like it took too long. I didn't fully understand it. And my art teacher didn't really teach you art. She just let you do whatever, and you figured it out on your own, which was kind of cool, but I've had to figure a lot out on my own. And so I couldn't get into the painting. And then I went back to drawing after high school. After high school, I kind of got out of it for a little while, probably almost a year, because the high school burned me out. I did so I was in a senior thing, and you had to do your own show at the end of the year and show off all the work you did. You were required so many pieces. I did at least double the requirement, almost triple the requirement. My table was full of stuff, just full. And I would do my style of stuff. I'll have to do an episode where I show my older work. I don't know if you guys would be into it or not, but I have a whole portfolio of all my high school stuff. It's interesting. Um, but it was, I did so much work. I burned myself out that way. I did too much in a row. And then the class just burned me out because everybody's there was people just straight up copying off of stuff and saying it was their work, and they would get A's, or because I understand using references. I still use references, but like they didn't even put their own tweaks on it, and it just drove me nuts. So I got really burned out and kind of walked away from art for about a year after high school, and then the Twitch came back in, and the scratching of being creative. So I just started drawing randomly. My wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, just she's like, "What made you want to do art again?" I go, "I don't know. I just started doing it." And then once we moved down here in 2008, got situated down here, and then just started painting and started wanting to get back into it and just seeing what I could do. And then I realized that I could do stuff just as good as the people were at conventions. And I kind of realized that I started going to conventions once I moved down here. We never did one in Ohio because there really wasn't any in our area. There are now, but back when we were younger, there was not. So I never realized that you could go and sell artwork at these conventions and people would buy it and do that stuff. So we went a year or two, and then I kind of realized, I'm like, shit, I could do this. Why am I not doing this? So that's how that started. What inspired you to paint initially, and which of your paintings is your favorite? I was forced to paint initially. I didn't really have a choice. But then I just kind of got back into it randomly. And then I don't know what my favorite paintings are. I have one of the favorite ones is the Harley that you can actually see here. That Harley is one of my favorites. The Long Night, the Batman with all the Batman villains. That is one of my all-time favorites. Um, I forget a lot of the stuff I make too sometimes. Uh, that new Spider-Man I really like. Um, the Mist one that I did for a commission for Christmas, I really like that one. So yeah, let's see what else we got here. Let's go back to a Kim question. Kim asks, "Have you ever fallen so in love with a piece you intended to sell that you kept in it instead?" One second. So I've only, off the top of my head, I've only done it once. Um, Most of the time, I do all my stuff to sell it. Um, my mom will snag stuff from me that she loves too much. And sorry, the light's dying. Let's see if there's a difference. Yeah, it's still. We'll see how long it lasts. Um, my mom will snag stuff from me because she loves it, and she'll buy it, or sometimes I'll just give it to her. But she snagged a few. I have only done it once. I actually had it at a convention for sale. I think it was a 2-day show, and I had this painting. It came out really nice, and I actually wanted to keep it to try to get it signed by the person that it was of, but it never happened, or I'm like, I need to make some money. So I had it sitting in there, and I went the first day, and nobody bought it. A lot of people liked it, but nobody bought it. So I saw it sitting there. I'm like, screw it. And I pulled it out, and I set it to the side. I'm like, this is coming home with me. So it'd be this piece right here. It is, if you're a wrestling fan, this is of Rey Mysterio, one of my favorite wrestlers. I love him because all of his masks are all different. And this is a very cool, huh. Just had an idea for a painting. Making this. but in the long version. That may be one of the paintings I do with the guys here soon. Um, hmm, Definitely keep that in mind. But yeah, this is probably the only one that I have loved so much that I ended up keeping. So that would be that. Let's see. Darkwing Duck and Doug were actually made for myself. It wasn't like I finished it and I loved it so much. I wanted to start doing cooler stuff to get signed when I was at conventions. I have the TMNT poster that's all signed by all the original Turtles. So there was a couple of voice actors that I kept seeing at cons, or this voice actor is going to be here. So I wanted to get their autograph, but I thought it'd be really cool to get something I made as an autograph and kind of make them all the same or close to the same, so I could build up this whole collection to fill up a wall. So that's where Doug started. Rocco, I have Doug and Rocco's both signed, and then Darkwing Duck I still have to get signed because the gentleman that did his voice canceled for that thing. So hopefully somebody will show up at Tampa Bay Comic Con. I got to keep an eye out on who's all going to be there because I need to add more to my voiceover collection. Trying to find all the. I'm very thirsty tonight. All right. Kim asked, I'm going to be doing a lot of Kim questions because she asked a lot of really great questions. But another Kim question is, you're a self-taught artist. What did that process look like? Like a damn mess. Maybe next week I will pull out the old portfolio and show you guys. If you want to see that, let me know. I will. Maybe we'll do that for the next one. It'll be another special show since we hit 100 subscribers. But yeah, I learned some stuff in high school. So my grandma on my dad's side was an amazing artist. She could make. I have a painting of hers. Yeah, I'll definitely do that, Kim. She did a. She did painting. She did oil painting. She did drawings. She was so damn talented. I mean, and I didn't know. I think I never really thought about learning art. Like I found out when I was younger, like in middle school, that I had some kind of a talent for it because I redrew. I had these little stickers that were this big of Looney Tune characters, and I was bored one day, and I started redrawing them, and I drew them like that big, and I showed them to my mom, and she was greatly impressed by them, and thought I traced them, and then I showed her the stickers, and she was like couldn't believe it. And I was always doodling as a kid, always doing stuff, but nobody ever said, showed me like, here, you can sit down and learn. And I never had the patience to like, ask my grandma to teach me, which I really regret. Because she was I have this painting of hers. I'll have to try to find it and show it on a future show. I have this painting of hers that's of two bunnies in a hat, and they look so real. It's crazy how amazing they look. So I'd really love to. I should have learned from her, and I never did. But I do. Through high school, I got taught some stuff here and there, and some bad habits. Actually, I wish I would have had another teacher. There was a few art teachers, but the one art teacher, my wife actually had him, and he taught you the basics of drawing, the basics of everything, and really taught you how to create and how to do it properly. And I missed out. And when I was getting done with school, with high school, I really wanted to do. I wanted to go to art school. I wanted to go learn to be an artist and all that stuff, but didn't really have the money for it. My dad didn't wanted me to go and do. He wanted me to go do business classes and get a degree in business. And I wasn't feeling it. I went and did school for, I did college for like 2 semesters and walked away from it. So everything you see that I do has been self-taught and self-figured out. Watching videos, checking out other people's styles. I'll pull some styles here and there and toss them in. I mean, even the lantern thing. I saw some styles like that in New Orleans and wanted to try it out myself, and see if I could recreate it. So it's been a very long and annoying process, and I'm finally getting to that point. I finally got to the point where I feel comfortable live painting in front of people. A year ago, I would have never thought of that, never wanted to do it. So I'm getting more comfortable with that. I'm more getting comfortable with, doing it here by myself, hopping up on Facebook Live and seeing what I can do. And my style is getting different, and there's a big range of style, which I think hurts me sometimes. Um, Nothing wrong with dropping out. Hell. Yeah. My dad's still not too thrilled about it. I wish I would have went to art school to get some more of the fundamentals down and things like that. I still have some drawing problems, and getting formations and stuff. That's why you don't see a whole lot of hands in my artwork. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, it's been a very rough and long process. I've had a couple people, oh, can you teach me? No, I'm self-taught, and a lot of it is just talent, you know, given to me by my dad's family. My grandmother was extremely talented. My dad was very talented, but he didn't keep doing it. And I think I had somebody ask me what my inspiration is to keep doing what I do. My dad was a phenomenal artist. I mean, there was stuff I've only been able to see a few because he drew a good amount, but he did very big things. But a lot of the stuff kind of disappeared for one reason or another. It just wasn't kept well. And so I've only seen a few of his things, but my mom's told me the art that he used to do, and she said the way he drew dragons and things like that, he did a lot of that kind of stuff. And she said it was great, but after having me, because they had me at a very young age, and then getting into work and stuff like that, he just didn't keep up with it. And I don't know if he can do it anymore or if he's never tried, but he just doesn't do it anymore, and that freaks me out. Even when I was young, because I was told that quite a few times that he used to be really good and then he never did it again. It freaked me out, so I always kept trying to do it and always just doodled and always kept pushing forward because I was always afraid of losing it. Like even now, I've had some people and I've been in the dark spots and I go, I don't give a shit. I'll stop going and doing everything, and I'll just keep painting it and putting it in a freaking warehouse or some storage area, and then somebody can find it when I'm dead and sell it. I will still keep doing it. I may just not work so hard to try to sell it. So yeah, that's what that process looks like. Here's Terry from Ireland. Uh, Terry McIver. Did I say it right, Terry? Terry messaged me because he was working on a question. He wanted to make sure it was a good one. So it's a little kind of a crazy question, but I think I have it. Nice, Kim. Kim says that her house can be the warehouse. I keep it all in. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh. He says you said previously about putting art shows on with friends before having to cancel it. How did that come about? What were your thoughts on putting something like that together? You've touched on why the show has been canceled before. Would it be something you could see yourself doing in the next few years? Um, I always get put on the spot. um, so yeah, Terry, I clarified the question a bit. Terry wanted to know why, or like, what was it about putting them on? More not why, because I've talked about why I've canceled them, and he wanted to know why I was putting them on. So my first thing was putting them on was I was tired of not being featured at people's shows. It pissed me off. In all, and I try to be humble and I try not to be a dickhead about my work and stuff like that. But my artwork is very good. It's I think it's high quality. I think it's very great. Oh crap, Billy's here. Shut it down, Billy's here. The troublemaker's here. But no. So my artwork is very good. It's fine art. And I was getting really tired at this. It was a few years back, but I was getting really tired of not being featured and people um, not giving me a break. Or, a lot of people were doing this and doing that and getting this and getting that, and I wasn't getting those. So it pissed me off. So the original first thing I ever did was I put on my own convention, kind of. I worked with a friend of mine. He came to me and said, "Hey, I want to put a convention at a comic book shop that was right by our house, my house." They were going through Ignition Inc. Billy was there, and we wanted to do something where it featured artists. They just lost their art director, so they needed something going on, and we wanted to put on a smaller convention that featured artists, creators, and we really wanted to do something cool like that. I thought it was an amazing idea. I ended up filling up the comic shop. I mean, we put in so many people there that we had to double up people because so many people wanted to be involved with it. And for some odd reason, people trust me and want to work with me. I don't understand it because I still think I'm an asshole. But anyways, so we got cosplayers, we got artists, we got musicians. I mean, we had a ton of people. The event in Acme. The highlight one was all right. The highlight one was great concept and had amazing people in it. Just nobody showed up for it. Marco, damn it, Billy. So we put on this event, and I just wanted to showcase artwork and showcase talented people. You son of a. It was just we put up artwork on the wall, so we had an actual art show going on the walls that people could buy that like build up for the show that was going on during the show, and then we had all these artists fill in and stuff. And it just we did 3 of those. We did 2 in the comic shop because I told them, I'm like, you need to give me more room or I'm not going to put it on here again. So 6 months later we put on another one, and they gave me a whole nother room and some more space and all that kinds of stuff. And it went really well. But then we had a falling out with the comic shop. They were kind of doing some stuff here and there and just weren't gelling anymore. And we needed to go bigger. I mean, those 2 shows, we packed that damn comic shop, packed them up. And I wanted to work with them to go somewhere else. But they wanted, of course, something inside to make sales. And it just wasn't working out. So I decided, me and the 2 guys that were putting it on, decided to go and put on a full convention and put on this, we called it Ignition Inc. That was like the first 2 were Ignition. The last one was Ignition Inc. We put on this show. What topic are we discussing? We are discussing, Terry wanted to know where the original ideas came up with me putting on art events, like the one that we were supposed to do and I canceled. We're talking about that. And just kind of why I did them, why I got canceled a little bit, and then if I'm up for doing it again. So we get into the 3rd one, and the 3rd one was huge, double the size, and it was so much work. It really was. It about killed me. The people, you're welcome, sir. The people that I had working with me just, and part of it, I'm a bit of a control freak, and I can admit that. And I really don't like when things are not exactly the way I want. It's just, it's terrible of me. I try to fix it, and it doesn't work. So there was part of that I put on a lot of things. Oh, what's up, Johnny? I put on a lot of things onto myself, so that was a bad thing. And then other people just weren't pulling their weight as they should, and it drove me nuts. And then I had a lot of pushback from other conventions. I had a lot of people pull shit in the background and stuff, talk shit about me, talk shit about the show. One convention, we were going to do it in the same month of his, but he goes, oh no. Like, hey, I'm going to put it on your Saturday. Is it going to be away from your show? Oh yeah, I'm doing my show like 2 weeks before that. Don't worry about it. 2 weeks later, an advertisement comes up. He decided to put his show the day after mine. And in all reality, he had more focus on his because he's been doing his longer. He had more everything. So that really hurt us, and not a lot of people showed up, and it killed me. You probably know who I'm talking about, Billy, and I still don't like that MFer, and I will never like that MFer. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, I'll tell you later. So yeah, I after that one, I was burnt out. I was so pissed, so done with everybody and everything, and I walked away from doing them. Then I did a couple of years, and then I got to the point where I was again. Nobody's putting on shit for artists. There's nothing that was close to my area, and it was really irritating me. And I wanted to put something on for myself mainly. To be completely honest, I wanted to put something for myself, but I don't have that much of a draw. So I figured, and I love working with people. I love working with the KitchenKillaz, hanging with Web Show, all my artist friends. So I figured, hey, I'll rent out this spot. I found a cool spot right down the street from me, and like a warehouse district. It was like a warehouse art place, which we actually got to work with them soon. Lies, I know. Well, I actually only like one half of the KitchenKillaz, but I won't tell you which half. It may not be the guy that's in this chat right now. You could paint naked. That would draw people. Nobody wants to see that. It is very white, and even if the moon hits it the wrong way, it will blind everybody. It's terrible. My wife actually has to wear sunglasses sometimes because. So we I wanted to put on another event, especially with who I was friends with. I was friends with two guys that were extremely talented musicians. I love White Moon Bauer. I wanted to do an event with them to get their name out more and kind of do a different event that's not in a kitchen but near a kitchen. I thought it'd be cool to work with them and then work with Hanging with Web Show. I wanted to be able to have them. We could have creators come in and they have this nice spot because there was a loft, so they'd be set up on the loft, and they could record interviews with whatever creators came in, and then I was going to feature some artists and everything like that. I was going to put it on this whole thing. And then Atlanta Comic Con happened and Tampa Bay Comic Con happened, and like I've talked about before, they broke me in a variety of ways. So after I got done, I did not want to do another event. I couldn't. It was no. Mm-mm. So I canceled it, and that's when I had the KitchenKillaz at my house, and they had the intervention with me afterwards, and how all the rebrand started, me painting live with them, and all that good stuff went down. So yeah, it really came from, I've thought about it again. I've talked about it to Garrett with Hanging with Web Show. I've talked about it with Billy. I love doing events. Putting them on is great. It's just tiring and I don't have the time, but I love putting on events. I love getting all these people together and putting on badass events that are really cool. I don't have time, and it doesn't make a profit for me or a decent amount of money where all that time is worth it. Oh, thank you, Jen. I really want to do another one. I even want to do, and again, I don't know how much pulling power I have, because to me, I have none. I have a few good people, and I all appreciate you very much. But to actually get people to come out to an event and to be a part of it and, pay attention to it, I don't know. So, the place is still down the street. We could easily rent that place. We could do, I saw something about a block party in here. I would love to. But there's a lot of planning to it. There's a lot of work to it, which I don't have time. I'm already doing enough. I have a full-time job. I'm trying to make artwork, trying to paint, trying to spend time with the wife, trying to sleep occasionally. I don't know. I would love to. I really would love to. I'd love to take over, some building and fill it up with, all of our friends and do a thing like that. I'd love to do a street party. I mean, if I just had the money backer or the time, the money, it would be great. I don't. I keep having the itch to do it, but I'm pretty sure my wife will shoot me if I do. I will check that out in a little bit, Kim. Thank you. Is there pizza in there? There is the word pizza. Sleep is overrated. So yeah, that I hope I answered your question well enough, Terry. Oh, my back. Do 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 do. I know Ryan asked more questions. All right, we got a couple more Kim questions. Have you ever been part of a collaborative painting? I have not. Um, I'm here for the sensual massage tips. uh, hmm. You're welcome, Terry. Um, Kim asked, have you ever been part of a collaborative painting? I have not. Um, Sounds cool. I don't know how well it would go. This is the right place, Billy. You actually missed all that. That's at the beginning of the show. So you'll have to go back and start at the beginning. Very good tips, though. Just the tips, but very good tips. Uh, but yeah, I've never done the collaborative painting. I've seen some people do it. I'm actually when we did Ignition Inc., the big one, the last one. We actually had a group called. I thought we were gonna go a whole episode without it dropping, but it really doesn't like to go an hour and a half. So we'll see if it cuts out again. What does your shirt say? My shirt says my vocabulary, and it's 49% sarcasm, 49% swearing, and 2% intellectual discord, which I don't even know what that is, but I like these two parts. um so yeah, the Renaissance nerds actually did. It was three guys, and they would get a very big canvas, like about this size or even bigger, and they would write like random ideas into like verbs, people, nouns, adjectives, like all kinds of shit. And they would have the fans. They would get a whole group of people watching, and they would have the fans pick out three pieces of paper, and that would create the painting. They would talk. They would talk amongst themselves, and then they would boom create this painting. And they gave themselves like an hour or so. I can't remember how long it was, but they did very cool jobs. But I don't know if I'd ever want to do a collaborative painting. I just started doing the live painting, and people want me to collaborative paint already. Yeah. I work in a paint shoe. I love paint shoes. Hey, if you get the right paint brushes, they're soft. This one here's soft. Ooh, it's an ASMR video. If you know what that is, just type in ASMR. They're actually really good. They've been helping me. I'll listen to them at lunch. And they're kind of just a nice way for me to relax. I kind of take my glasses off, tip my hat down, and kind of sleep for like the last 15 minutes of my lunch and listen to those. Helps me relax and stop thinking about things. That's always my problem, is my mind is always going, always thinking, never shuts off. So those are one of the few times that I can actually shut my brain off and not worry about shit. But yeah, if you want to check them out, definitely check them out. They're really cool. Yes, Zen is win, Johnny. Can't wait to and I talked about it before, but I'm gonna be hanging out with Happy Hour in a few weeks. I have it in my calendar on my phone, but I can't remember. I'm coming to chat with Johnny and Deuce on an episode or so to build up for. It'll be talking about WrestleMania, because it'll be the day after. So it'll be in April, but it'll be the couple days after WrestleMania. So we're going to chat about that, and then we're going to build up the show with the KitchenKillaz that happened on April 19th. So I can't wait to sit down with Johnny and Deuce again. It's been way too long since I've been out to the house, so it should be a great time. The Kim also asks, are there any art mediums you haven't tried that you want to explore in the future? I want to get back. I don't know if there's ones that I haven't tried. The man is walking out, champ. Yes, I hope so. I'm loving the storylines. Actually, all the storylines that are currently going on right now, building up for WrestleMania, is very exciting, and I'm really digging it. Like it actually feels like we're on the proper road to WrestleMania. Last year was kind of lackluster, but yeah, I'm actually looking forward to Raws and SmackDowns right now because we're just in the peak time of wrestling season. I don't care about football, baseball, all that stuff. I am a wrestling fan, and it's our season right now, and I cannot wait. Yeah, 4:19 happy hour. I can't wait. And then 3:15 is the guys will be at my place, and we'll be having some Irish shenanigans. Um, but yeah, art mediums I haven't tried. I tried spray painting, or I want to try spray painting more. It's just hard because I have to do it outside. I'd love to incorporate that more. I want to get back to painting on skateboard decks. I only have two left. I haven't had a good idea for them. Number one, and then it's hard to get more. So I need to find like I had a stack of 10. And then the other problem too is like nobody's buying the skateboard decks. I've had four. The four that I have that you've seen at shows, I haven't been able to get rid of them. So I don't know if I want to paint more. And they're a pain in the ass to carry around. I've been known to fall asleep in the middle of a wrestling party 3.5 hours into a 7-hour broadcast. Yeah, that's the only problem with WrestleMania. It's so long. Like I went the last time they were in Orlando, and I'm pretty sure I took a nap. It was Will and I, and we were we were at WrestleMania, and I think I sat there. I think both of us did. We sat there for a good like 10 minutes during one of the boring matches and took a nap so we could go the rest of the time. And the rumor is that Tampa is going to hold WrestleMania next year. If that is the case, I know what I'm asking for Christmas. Or if hopefully I make enough money at Tampa Bay Comic Con that they will be paying for my WrestleMania tickets. Yeah, I cannot wait. I really hope it comes down. I don't care if I have to sell a limb. If anybody would like paintings, so if you see that WrestleMania is going to be at Tampa, I may sell some paintings for a little bit cheaper to try to pay for my tickets. So, or commissions ahoy. I don't know. But yeah, other mediums, just trying to get into spray paint. Oh, I know one that I have not tried and I really want to. I want to do that, the pour paintings where you have a canvas sitting down and you kind of spin it a little bit and you just pour a whole bunch of paint onto it. I really want to try that. I just have nowhere to do something like that right now. But that would be like if I get the place or somewhere to go play and can do that, that would definitely be one that I have not tried and I want to try. Yeah, pour paintings look so cool. I actually just met somebody. Where the hell was I? I was at an event, and this lady, I think it was Sci-Fi Barto. Yeah, it was Sci-Fi. This girl met me, and we were talking and BS, and she's trying to get out into doing stuff that like I do, and she does the pour paintings, and they were really cool. I really loved that she showed me them. She's very nice. But I feel like I'm missing somebody's question. Ryan asks, fictional characters you hope to paint in the future. I want to do another Boondock Saints painting. I still have the idea of, you see the Spider-Man painting, the skinny canvas. I want to do a painting for every Marvel movie, and I'm gonna do them in order. And it's gonna be like a skinny poster of each movie. So that one's I want to do that. I really want to do a Bruce Lee painting. I've had this one stuck in my head. I've had several paintings stuck in my head, but the one that pops up every so often, I want it to. It would be a movie scene, and it'd be like a skinny one like this. And Bruce Lee would be standing here with the cuts across him, and then the arm or the hand, you would kind of be like looking under a hand, or like it would be like you'd be looking this way, and the hand would be Wolverine with the claws out and some blood, and it would be all black and white except for the blood. That has been one I've wanted to do a very long time. I just haven't gotten it fully into my head correctly yet, number one. And you cannot mess up Bruce Lee because people will call you on it. So maybe that I've always wanted to do a Bruce Lee painting. The Crow, Brandon Lee, I've always wanted to do one of him. Um, I don't know if you can count them as fictional, but wrestlers. I still want to do wrestler paintings. I think after um, the painting here of Harley, the new Harley painting, I may do a wrestling painting. Um, so yeah, there is tons. I could probably do a whole list of stuff that I want to do. I'm actually looking at somebody else's artwork, but Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'd love to do some stuff of them. Always more Harley Quinn. I want to do a better Daredevil painting. I'm kind of looking around what's in my room. People tell me I need to do more Star Wars stuff. I just never have a good Star Wars things. Ooh, is this a live question? Let's have a live question. Loki, yeah, my wife will probably steal it. I did do Loki once, but I didn't like it didn't come out as well as I hoped, and people didn't dig it very much. It took forever to sell the original. But I did do a Loki one time. Terry asks, when drawing hands, do you find yourself looking at your own hands, trying to figure out how they're shaped and the pose? No campaigning for the bunny. Yeah, I do look at my hands sometimes. I will try to find. I have this little action figure here. I have this little thing here that has several different hands, so I'll use her from here from time to time. There's also some websites that you can. They'll have different hands that you can work off of. If the hand does not work out, I paint over it. So I hate hands. I really do. Excuse me. Sorry. Man, this is a long one. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying all these. Um, Ryan also asked, favorite bunch growing up: Fox Kids, Nick Kids, WB. So I think he's kind of talking about cartoons and favorite cartoons and stuff from when we were younger. I was a huge original Ninja Turtle fans. I have watched several different incarnations of the Ninja Turtles. Power Rangers, I was really into. Gargoyles, I absolutely love. I was just watching. I have the first season on DVD, and I just watched um, the Gargoyles again. I got through like half the season. I love Gargoyles. I miss the old style back in the 90s when cartoons were being made. The music for the build up of the like action scenes, and you don't even have to watch the show to know what's going on. Like if a big moment's going on or a sad moment or this or that, the music tells you what's going on. And I think I caught on to it when I was a kid, but didn't realize it. And now that I'm rewatching some old stuff, even Animaniacs, their cartoon music was awesome, and they incorporated some real music and some current, some old, and to put into their show. And sometimes they made it zany, sometimes they made it regular. I love, especially Gargoyles. Like that first scene, like the first few scenes, when like the sun's going down and the Vikings are attacking the castle, and you know things are about to pick up when the gargoyles are supposed to come to life. Just the music that hits during that is so good. Putting the camera image together for creative control group, I was staring at my hands to figure out how they looked holding the camera. That's awesome, Terry. Um, Trying to think any other cartoons I was into. I watched a lot of cartoons when I was younger. I watched cartoons all the way. I still watch cartoons. I'm actually watching right now. I'm finishing up the Outlander or Outsiders, the DC universe. Young Justice. They called it Outsiders. I still got a few more episodes of that catch up. I still love cartoons. Tiny Toons. I love Tiny Toons, Jen. That's another fun one. I gotta go back and watch those because you can watch those. You can watch those and Animaniacs on Hulu. I need to get the second season of Gargoyles. I watched it. They had a whole thing on YouTube, but the DVD is expensive as hell. Between that and the third season of Titus, those are like two DVDs that I'm really hunting for to be able to watch, and they're just so expensive. I never got into He-Man or She-Ra. It was never one that really entertained me. I do like Dragon Ball Z and love Dragon Ball Super. If you're looking for something really fun to watch and you watched Dragon Ball Z when you were younger, check out Team 4 Star here on YouTube. You'll laugh your ass off. Vegeta becomes even more of my favorite character because of Team 4 Star, and just it's very raunchy. It's dubbed over voices, and they just point out plot holes, some weird things that go down, and all kinds of craziness. So check out Team 4 Star here on YouTube. They're great. There's a photo added to my group. Oh God, don't share that. I'm not. My eyes. That's a weird picture, Terry. I look like I'm singing or shitting or both. Sing shitting. Um. Do 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 do. Oh, Jen asked a question. The amazing Jen Holland, who's been helping myself, the KitchenKillaz, and I believe Hanging with Web Show, share and do all the social media stuff for us. She's asked, how do you know when a work is finished? Um, there's different ways. Sometimes I just get that feeling, and it's like, okay, I've done enough. If I do any more, it's gonna mess it up, or it's gonna look too much, or this. Um, a lot of times, I'll think it's done, or I'll think I should add a little bit more, but I'm not sure. So I'll either ask my wife or my mom. My wife can't always give me because she's kind of creative in different ways. She's good with like outfits and cosplay kind of stuff, and then she she's also good with like some decorating and things like that. But like the artwork stuff, it's not really her thing. So she can't always give me feedback. Uh, Star Avengers. I don't even know what that is. I've seen it. I don't know. I don't have an idea for it, Terry. I'm sorry. Um, I I never got into that one either. Um, so sometimes I'll ask Kayla, and she can give me an idea. There's times where she will go, "No, stop," or "You need a little bit. It's a little it's a little meh," and she kind of just basically either more or less. And my mom's been really good helping me out with that stuff. So if I'm like at home, um, you'll see me, or I'll go and ask one of them. With the live painting stuff, you could probably catch me sometimes. Kayla is usually with me. So I will look over at Kayla and I'm thinking I'm done. I think it's good. And I'll look at Kayla. I'm like, done? I'm like, go like this. She goes, yeah. And then I'm done. Because sometimes I will go too far. There's a Spider Girl painting I did where she's up on a very tall building, and she's hanging like kind of arching her back down it, and I have paint dripping down it. And I believe I did too much on that one. I should have stopped earlier. I went too crazy with it. Luckily, it sold. The awesome Peter, formerly of VR Comics, purchased that painting off me. But yeah, I did too much on that one. So there's a lot of time. I'm getting better with not going too far with stuff. Um, but a lot of times I'm relying on my wife to go, am I done? What do you think? Does it look good? Does it look like shit? I don't know. Or I'll message people. I'll message some people. Like I think I've bounced off Terry a couple of times. There's a few people here and there, especially if it's something that I know that person likes, or they've commented before. They're like, oh, this is looking good. Listen, I'll do a little bit more and go, does this still look okay? And they let me know. So yeah, that is how I figure out if they're finished. Did I miss anybody? Self-taught artist. Favorite 80s songs. I'm never good with times of 80s songs. I love anything AC/DC, Kiss, um, really anything that old kind of metal. Um, Oh, Ryan also asks, what comic book character should you get their own movie or TV series? I don't know about comic book character, because I've had most of the people do their own thing. It'd be cool if there was a Spider-Man TV series, but yeah. Um, there's a book that I read. I very rarely read books, especially a whole series of books, but it's the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd. I always wanted to see that. It would probably have to be a movie because the uncle that is in the movie or in the book, the uncle of the main character, I always saw him in my head as Jude Law, and I can't see it as anybody else. So I don't see him doing a TV series. Maybe if it was like Netflix or something, but it's like of a young half breed vampire boy trying to go through high school, picked on, and he's different and all that stuff. And he has a best friend that's a human. It's like 5 or 6 books. It goes through like 8th grade through 12th grade. But it's the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd. If you've never read it, check it out. But that would be, I'd love to see that as a CW series or something. But it's got to have Jude Law in it or somebody that is close enough to Jude Law to satisfy me. Because I just, for some reason, see him as this character. I think I got all the questions. Yourself a few I have sent you. So I usually bounce back my work. Cousin. All the brutally honest people are always fun. My wife has been brutally honest sometimes. I have done something and she just looks at it and she's gone, ugh. Or like, you need to do more, or you need to tone it down or something. So hopefully you guys liked the Artist Weekly Update and the Q&A. Hopefully it was good for a 100 video extravaganza, or whatever you want to call it. Thank you guys for all your support, all the likes, all the questions. The questions were awesome. Kim, Jen, Terry, Ryan, you guys all put in some amazing questions. Commodore's question was okay. So yeah, thank you guys very much. I greatly appreciate all your support. I really appreciate you guys sticking around for almost 2 hours. Holy shit. I am ready for bed. So please like and share everything. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below. Thank you for everything. I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully some of my stuff wasn't too much of a downer. Like I said, again, it's been a rough week, but I'm getting through it, and hopefully the weekend will be good. I got one more day of work, and then I get to relax. Please check out JBauerartShop.com. Hopefully I'll be having some new artwork up soon. Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate it. Thank you, Terry. Johnny, put in the link for the Happy Hour podcast real quick before I end the show. Make sure to go Happy Hour and Johnny and Deuce. I will be on the episode soon that we recorded at Sci-Fi Bartow, coming up in the very near future. I will tell Bunny to take care. She may be watching still. I don't know. Or she's asleep. And like, share, support, all the good stuff. Big thank you to... I just totally blank. KitchenKillaz for all their support and help. Let me hit that show button. Yeah, Johnny just put it up. So please go Happy Hour with Johnny and Deuce, the podcast. Check out all their episodes. I have been on a ton of episodes, so go through and find me. Our episodes together are amazing, especially if you find the Ignition ones. Those are some funny ones. It was building up to Ignition, especially the one before the very last show. I think I was already burned out that time, so I was talking a bunch of shit. Yeah, I totally went blank. So KitchenKillaz, big thank you. Hanging with Web Show, a huge thank you to them for all their support. Thank you to Jen, Terry, Kevin, Mia, Terry, and Ryan for all the shares, all the support. Big thank you to Johnny and Deuce for all their support. They've been sharing like crazy. Apparently Facebook's been letting them see more of my stuff. So thank you for being active. Thank you guys for watching. You guys do. You guys are the one of the few things that keep me going, so I greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good rest of the week, a good weekend, and yeah, I'll post some pictures from Fluffy, and yeah, you guys have a good week, and I'll catch you guys later.